mourning the loss of two family members. While at the funeral for a grandfather, the deceased grandson's life was taken by his grandfather's sister. This woman shot this young man, and she is the sister of the young man's grandfather. While at the funeral, a fight started between two of the families inside of the funeral home, and it spilled out into the parking
All
lot.
right. Let's
According
see
to
if we get this dub.
67-year-old
Start the
Queen
season off right.
Jackson, she attempted to break up the fight by pulling out her gun and shooting it to the air. Yeah, I know. Sounds like another scene written, produced, and directed by Tyler Perry starring Medea. But Queen says that she tried to shoot the gun in the air, the gun didn't go off, and the grandmother claims she lowered the gun and held it away from her. But records say it went off, hitting Eric in the head one time, reportedly taking him out.
Shooting at a funeral home this weekend leaves a family planning yet another funeral. Police arrested 67-year-old Queen Jackson, and she now faces manslaughter charges. Jackson was in court today. Anayeli Louise joins us live outside the jail. The latest on that story. Anayeli.
Well, Jackson is accused of shooting and killing her 22-year-old great nephew in the head, and it all happened during her brother's funeral. A family mourning the death of their loved one now has to bury a second family member. The woman accused of the crime is 67-year-old Queen Jackson, who now faces manslaughter charges.
Defendant states she intended to stop a verbal argument.
According to records, it happened at Jackson's brother's memorial service Saturday morning near Tidwell and 45 North. Investigators say a fight started inside and spilled outside. That's when they say Jackson pulled out her handgun from her purse
and fired it into the air. She stated she attempted to fire it. The gun failed to discharge. She lowers it and held it in her hand, pointed away from her, and the gun struck the 22-year-old complainant on the side of his head.
Records say she shot and killed 22-year-old Eric Hubert, her brother's grandson.
She shot him in the back of the head and out.
But records say there are conflicting points of view. Some family members believe it was not intentional, while others say it was.
The thing with the murder, it was the murder.
We've reached out to the funeral home to find out if they have any surveillance video, but they tell us they do not. In the meantime, this 67-year-old grandmother now faces manslaughter charges as investigators try to piece together how one funeral service led to another death in the family. We did learn that Jackson is currently a bus driver at Sheldon ISD. We also learned her bond was at $50,000, and her family was trying to come up with some money to be able to bond her out. And we also know she is not to have any contact with her great nephew's family. Reporting live, Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
She's a 67-year-old grandmother, possibly great-grandmother, and she's out here carrying on like this, toting guns to funerals, then pulling it out while family members are arguing, and claims that she accidentally shot her great-nephew. You have a group of family members who said it was not an accident, accusing this woman of maliciously committing the crime, saying that she did it on purpose, while other family members are saying that she didn't mean to do it. I don't know, maybe it's possible. And on one side, I'm thinking, how do you accidentally do that? Right now, I'm leaning more towards the witnesses who said that she did it on purpose. And then what was Queen's relation to the other folks involved in the fight? What was her role in it? Did she have anything to do with the initiation or escalation of any of this? Hopefully, they will end up getting to the bottom of it all. And for the family members who said it was intentional, if that can be proven, I really want new charges added here because a man getting shot in the head, that's murder. Queen so far was charged with manslaughter. Obviously, this family is dysfunctional, but they're not the only ones. A lot of families are just like this. They love to fight every time they get around each other. It could be the family reunion, the Memorial Day cookout, or the holiday get-together. There's always one mad and mental nutcase that will ruin the whole celebration just to have some emotional outburst that's really meant for a psychiatrist or a psychologist in a family group session or something. And then if it's not an emotional outburst, some rude, idiotic family member with a reckless mouth is going to say something to trigger another family member, and then there's a blowout right there. When you have a bunch of toxic family members around each other, it's all one or the other. And then funerals are really sensitive. The family, usually in a high emotional state, that's because they're mourning a loved one. So the argument happens, and it's still out of order. But you have to admit, pulling out a gun took it to another level. And that's why I think that grandma should get the max. In Texas, she's looking at anywhere from 2 years to 20 years. Eric was only 22 years old, his whole life ahead of him. I say give her the max. I don't care how old she is. So yeah, lock her up. I don't know why folks think that old people can't go to jail. Old people die in prison every day. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And that Queen wasn't much of a queen at all. If she's the one leading women in the family, it really sucks. So no, hold this woman accountable and lock her up. What's really sad here is that now you have two families feuding, going at it with each other. I mean, they were right in the middle of laying another family member down to rest, and then this happened. This is really sad. R.I.P. to Eric, sending condolences to his family, and everyone that was there impacted by all of this. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. I want to know, do you think manslaughter is enough, or should there be more charges added? Special thank you to Christopher, Roosevelt, and Ken. I appreciate you all for your support. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.
He went to throw away. He was a lovable person, stood out of trouble, stood out the way. He said he never wanted to be around negative things. He did everything right.
I didn't think it was gonna go this far. He's really taking it farther than I even expected. Like way farther than I expected. He's trying to adopt my child, and you're not a friend of the family. You're not an adopted parent. How you just gonna adopt somebody's child?
You do that. I've told you 5 times now. Reach out to the lawyer and find out what's going on between Mr. Brinkley, you, and the child. I can't say it any clearer.
Okay, so today we have a wild case study. We have a mother who was going through a hard time at some point, and she gave up her daughter to this man and signed her rights away. Now it's been about 3 years.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
That's a really nice job, and then picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Man, it's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Elliott. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Prescott now. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 23. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Inside give to Allen.
She's going to get better when we get to the show.
Yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Get a pause real quick.
Eastern medicine. I'm also just a couple
sports injury therapist. Most recently, I have done a couple different personal projects. I recently started Emerald Flower Pharmacy Cooperative. I also have an herbal product line that I started in 2002, incorporating CBDs and THC extractions into my already amazing arnica, St. John's wort, different types of topicals and tincture remedies. This was my booth at the Emerald Cup in Northern California this last December. I also have Can Grow Consulting, where I offer tips and tricks on anything horticulture. This course is for you if this is your first time growing, you've tried before and want to get better results, or maybe you just couldn't do it quite right, or you want to explore growing your own clean medicine in your home. It is a little bit like eating an elephant, but what I always tell my kids, just one small piece at a time, and then you can accomplish pretty much anything. One important note, follow your state and local laws, regulations, and guidelines. Unfortunately, where I live, there was recently a ban in place, so there's a lot of changes being made locally for me. First module we will cover is the layout.
All right, you ready? Let's roll.
Everything that you're going to need to utilize your indoor space.
All right, that didn't work.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Here we go.
On play action, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Again to Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature.
Good fucking tackle.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now driving start with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let him put some points on the board.
And they're going to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little bit, didn't break. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
In motion comes the tight end left. The give is to Elliott. And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw is Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, Elliott once more. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He finds his target. It's Schultz. He's going to have the first down and more than that. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz from 21 yards away as his guys are able to extend their lead.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. After that sack, 3rd and long. Tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And they work down inside the 45. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Prescott to throw it. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And a throw right sideline is complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got it. Touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Next to score, Cowboys 17, Giants 0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. He's going to float this over the middle, deep.
Yeah. Dang.
He's got a man, complete.
Shit.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 10-yard line.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try to protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Jones throwing on 4th down. That finds Smith-Schuster. Nice grab. And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on his spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Prescott.
Damn! Good
And
deep.
that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sideline and in the huddle looking at each other.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Giants 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They'll look to throw again. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. Taken down at the 30. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jones. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. Down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. 7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter, and the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And now look at this. Big game and a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
Oh,
and some
shit.
room to work.
Wow.
20, 10,
Good shit, bro.
and all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Can't have that.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. You've got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Prescott. He'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Ooh, good.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Now Prescott on 4th down. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson to the 43, 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing. Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
Good shit. Wow. That.
This is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with the lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They run on first down with Jackson. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run again with Jackson, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A 20th carry here for Allen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Now Dak. And he fends him
What
off.
the fuck? I hit the
Get a
panic
throw
button.
away. He's taken down.
That might
Now
have
the
did it.
Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts
That might
as they
have
get
done
the
it.
stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Yeah, that might have did it. Good D-Rap.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. Barkley, inside handoff. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Good game, good game.
Partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Giants, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.
On the site, you guys are slacking. Yeah. It's not sold out, but it almost is.
Get in there.
We're about to hit the Dr. Dabber and get into this.
That hurt it, fellas.
Wait till you guys
That hurt
see
it
what we
real
have
bad.
for episode 100.
Had
First
that,
smoke of the day, Raw Genetics, Blackleaf, peace.
There's a book called, at least called the.
It's cool. We gonna bounce back. Did we get a Simloff? Yup. Fucking Simloff. Punk motherfucker. Yeah. I think we cool on the Madden for the day, goddammit. Catch me on some Call of Duty though.